What's going on, everybody? So this video today is our experience building move bumpers, and this is for my 2011 E150. So we start out by tacking up the frame mounts so that we can go ahead and bolt onto the van and then mock up the front plate. This is all about tacking things together. You don't want to weld anything solid until you have everything pieced together, essentially like a puzzle. Because if you weld everything solid, I promise you will be cutting things apart just to move them a minuscule amount. So I know a lot of this is going to be monotonous. I tried to speed up most of it, so that way you're not just sitting here watching welding the entire time. But you do want to tack everything at least heavy enough that it doesn't fall apart when you start piecing things together, because some of these parts are actually pretty heavy. So next, like I said, take the tacked up frame mounts. We went ahead and bolted them on, tried to make each side the same, so that way when we put the front plate on, we can take some pretty accurate measurements to get it centered, level, the whole 9 yards. Next, we went ahead and put it back on the ground to go ahead and position that front plate exactly where we wanted it, and go ahead and start tacking it in place. You want to make sure when you do this, if you care about your vehicle at all, that you put up some shielding, because the grill on this van is just chrome-plated plastic. So it will melt, it will hit it. So just make sure you're protecting your stuff if you care about it at all. So now we do have everything all tacked up, so we're getting ready to remove it, unbolt it, bring it in the shop, and start welding things up solid. So the first thing that we welded solid was the frame mounts, because that'll be the most important to keep everything straight, centered, and square. And at this point, it is just a ton of welding, so it'd be great practice for anybody that wants to try this. Can't really mess it up too bad, and if you do, use a grinder, cut it out, try it again. And that way, if your end product, will say that you built your own bumper. So the next thing that we did is that there are holes for bolts to mount a front license plate. And on a previous bumper that we did not weld backing nuts on there, and it was kind of a pain in the ass to get your hand up in there once the winch is already in place. So we went ahead and welded some nuts on the back so that we can just thread in from the front and don't have to back anything up. Our next step that we did is went ahead and mounted the winch mount plate to the winch. The winch mount plate is provided by Move. So we went ahead and mounted that and then mocked it up, measured it, and got it into place where we wanted to go ahead and tack that mount into place. And as you can see here, we're just welding that mount solid in place. Now we're just welding in the provided light mounts into place. Here we're just starting on all the grinding. We use a grinder first to knock down all the heavy imperfections, because there will be a lot of finish work depending on how clean and smooth you want your bumper to be. All up to you. Now we flipped it back over and we're welding in the D-ring mounts, and they're kind of mount how you want, where you want. This whole bumper is a bumper that you tailor the way you like it. There's no right or wrong to any of it. So just more grinding, more finish work. We use a grinder to knock down all the heavy. Then we come in actually with a DA to start smoothing things down as much as we can. And then in the places where you can't get the DA or the grinder very well, we just used a wire brush on the end of a die grinder to hit all the corners, nooks, and crannies. The finish work all depends on you, how fine that you want it. So here are just some finished products that we did on an excursion and on my van. The final product all depends on you. We tend to use bed liner because it hides any little imperfections. Don't have to be completely perfect, no bodywork, Bondo, or anything like that. And it's easy touch up if anything gets scratched or damaged. So I hope you liked, I hope you enjoyed, I hope it helps. If you got any questions, comments, let me know. If you want to like, subscribe, that'd be awesome. I appreciate all of you.